Cool. Power went out. The known thing of this house. When the wind goes wild, sometimes the power goes out. It is unfortunate. It is not surprising, however. Though, what is surprising is that it doesn't. It seems to have autosaved right before that boss. So, yeah, I was watching the boss spawn in and then just darkness, just pitch black. So, you know, that's fun. It's super fun.
In Eorzea, the beast tribes often summon gods to fight in their stead.
I think it autosaves at each of those crystals, which is nice.
Which is strange, is it not? Are the 12 otherwise engaged? I was to understand they were your protectors. If you truly believe them your guardians, why do you not repeat the trick that served you so well in Cartener?
That's the first time the power's dipped since I've been here, but it did dip earlier in the day too. It's been quite blustering. Yeah, agreed. It still stinks, but it seems very rare. And it's at least a known thing. You can't stop nature from being blustery sometimes. Optimum could have stopped their dickery, they just wouldn't. Alright, big boss time. I have meter. Yeah, exactly. Why would they fix it? I dodged that. I definitely dodged that one too. Dang it. The timing is actually really specific. It's far from impossible to do, but boy is it specific. Way too early. All my HP back, please. Thank you. Gonna keep stabbing you. Easy. Oh yeah. It's not crazy inflated stuff. Obtained a flame stone from the pirate room. Because you easily could, because we are a good ways in. And yeah, usually by now the numbers are big. The only real kind of sizable number tends to be our HP. It's log 5. Oh, that's worth 5. It's an old scrap of paper inside the chest. Another entry from Reed's log. Let's read it, you know. My health grows worse by the day. I am overcome by some unusual sickness. It appears that this fever is something only found on this island. I received word that my family has escaped and taken refuge on a small island of the Gate Sea. My mates, the real crew of the Eleutheria, still await my return. Entirely possible that they're all dancing the hempen jig already. No, that is one way to say hanged by the neck. Dancing the hempen jig. But I will not give up, not so long as I believe I have a sliver of chance of succeeding. In addition, some of those here have come to admire me, fools that they are. I'd like to see them return safely as well, so I must stay the course. Worthless fool that I am, I've never been known to surrender or accept defeat, not even if I should wither to bones and dust. Is that the end? In the middle of the page, the increasingly illegible handwriting abruptly cuts off. I think the entry ends there. Just a second, Adol. Is that a second page? Adol, notice another sheet of paper attached to the entry. Oh, no way. This is the sea chart of the waters around the island of Isle of Siren. There an area map obtained. Huh? What's that doing here?
That map be useless to me now.
Really, you only voiced the first line? Why don't you lubbers put it to good use? Really, you voiced half of the line. Okay. This definitely has Manakemia issues here. You can tell. But it's fine. It's still a great game.
Your arm. Are you?
Aye. Oh, I were once the man known as Captain Reed.
Captain Reed.
Just a fool of a freebooter, made the scapegoat by the Navy, and set adrift to die like a dog.
You're the Captain Reed? But you're supposed to be dead.
Yeah, does the transparency do nothing for you? He might be mildly deceased.
You read me long, didn't you? Money! On the fate of the family, a bloody fever, and I died with anger still festering in me heart. Because of that,
Maybe they thought if they kept the volume low, you'd never notice which lines were voiced and which weren't.
world of the living. And with it, the Eleftheria.
How is this even happening?
Yeah.
But I got hold of myself.
I like how this throws them for a loop,
There's been some
but we have a Saurian girl from the past with us. We saw visions of her in the past that influenced the present, and then we found her countless eons after she should be around. That's fine, but Ghost!
You have me thanks, you do.
It's no big deal, anyway. You're a humble lad. You got potential, you do. You and your crew still got a rough sail ahead of you. I made that sea chart back when I was still trying to escape the Isle. It proved useful to you. Right, this has info about reefs and currents surrounding the island. Is this the Oceanus' migration path? Has that information too? Yeah, this chart has all kinds of detailed information. A lot of work went into putting this thing together. Oh, sounds like you know a thing or two about the sea yourself. Ahoy, you there. Talking to me? That hair color of yours. You be hailing from Crete, sea dog. Yeah, I do. Must be fate. Well, pay no mind then. Now then, suppose I'll be taking you back to shore then. One last voyage for the Eleftheria. I didn't even think to mention the power stuff in the stream announcement because it had been kind of dying down. Like, we were under a wind warning until 2 a.m. So obviously I knew it was possible, but I was like, it only went out the one time earlier, the wind's been dying down a bit, but clearly, I mean, I closed my window, so I can't see, and it would be dark either way. Clearly the wind walked back up with us. At least for that one gust, and hopefully just for that one gust. Yeah, if I had just said something, could have avoided this fate. Who knew?
Suppose it be time now.
Captain Reed, are you saying goodbye?
Hi, freed soul, lass. Avast, you sea dog.
Huh? What do you want with me?
Don't be letting the wind fill up your sails, just 'cause you have that map there. We best not be crossing paths in the underworld anytime soon, you hear me?
Sure. Whatever you say,
Don't
sir.
die out there.
Adel, was it? I
I'm sure you see many a sight on this here isle. There be all manner of beasts, ruins, and hidden wonders buried here, waiting to be found. I weren't able to uncover all this isle's secrets, but I've a hunch that he'll be able to find them.
No, I didn't actually platinum the game.
Me, you found yourself a fascinating crew member already, eh, lad?
Huh?
Pardon.
Yeah. Don't
I
get
don't
hit,
know
yeah.
how much peaceful resting I'll be getting down in the locker. Though an ocean of time separates us, we be part of the same crew, fighting to escape this isle's clutches. So batten down your hatches. All ye, you'll weather this storm and survive. Farewell.
Well, we helped a ghost pirate to pass on. Say it's a decent start. It's gone. The elf area is sinking too. Thinking-ish. Wish we'd get to stay longer. Yeah, he seemed a bit gruff, but in a charming sort of way. I think he kept singling me out for some reason. Maybe he liked you. Strange. Grew up hearing what a bad guy Captain Reed was. That sea chart he gave us was very helpful. I think we've taken a major step towards getting off this island. Yeah, let's head back to the village and let everyone know. Also, do something we didn't do before. Save.
Oh, there's some. Let's go. Eat that. Rare catch. Yeah.
If we could just head back. Don't think we gotta fight those guys. Hey, we did have a thing, didn't we? Like a redstone. Assume it's not food. What a gear item. Hot stone that Catherine needs to forge better weapons and armor. Hell yeah. Okay. We take those. Seems like we do have a lot of people at the weapon cap. Thanatos and Sahad, both highly knowledgeable about the sea, thoroughly examined the sea chart that Adol brought back. They had information on the surrounding seas and reef formations, and most importantly of all, the Oceanus' migration route. With this useful information, the castaways began to feel a sense of renewed hope. And so... where is it? Right here, north of the capital, where that chasm is located. Of course. What does it mean? It's only natural that the Oceanus would make its nest somewhere along the migration route. According to this chart, it seems to have multiple travel routes. Using that, we can determine where its nest is located. So we need to determine the one area its routes all have in common. That one area just happens to be... I get it now. Very sharp, ladies. One area where its routes all meet is the Archaeozoic Chasm. Is there a connection between the Oceanus and the chasm? There's no way of knowing. It could just be a coincidence. But it's a strong likelihood that it dwells somewhere around there. Adol, the next thing we need to do is come up with a strategy to take out the Oceanus. At last, we finally avenged the Lombardia. Hope Captain Barbaros is watching us. Dana, do you know anything about the chasm? Yeah? What's wrong? Headache? Sorry, I just don't remember much about it. You okay, Dana? Yes. That place must be really important to give me such a splitting headache. Which means I shouldn't be afraid to face whatever's waiting for me there. I don't know if I get that logic, but like... don't push yourself. I must. can't just accept the way things are right now, Adol. I want my memories restored, more than anything. I've got a lot to do right now, but I'll leave the investigating of the chasm to you, Adol. Spoken like a true mate. If you need help with anything, let us know. Looks like the turning point is within sight for us castaways. Who would have thought? A ghost ship was the turning point. We need to get to that chasm. But how are we supposed to cross the ocean to get to it? Not like the shallow waters here, the Oceanus lives somewhere in those deep waters. We'll end up like that stuffed shirt Carlin if we try to get there by boat. Yeah, maybe we should have hitched a ride on Captain Reed's ship. We should have, but it's too late now. Chasm's where the Royal Palace of Eternity used to be. You mean above the ocean? Yes, it was a beautiful structure known then as the Pearl of the Gate Sea. Its substructure is underwater, and I heard it leads directly to the ocean floor. The royal family had essence equipment they would use to move about freely underwater. Many of them are still intact. But the palace doesn't exist anymore. Could that chasm be somehow connected to the palace's disappearance? Can't say. There's no point in discussing this further. We should just see it for ourselves. A professional transporter must always know the lay of the land. Not transporters, but otherwise I agree with that idea. What is it, Dana? Crystal's glowing? Oh, what's this mean? Not sure why, but the Earth's essence seems to be reinvigorated. We might be able to warp now. Warp? Yes, it's a method of instantaneous travel that uses the natural essence found in the Earth. What? Yeah, see, we can fast travel, but that's just, you know... It's kind of like Aetherite in 14. It's like, yes... But it's more complicated than that in universe. But we, the protagonist people, can just... We travel there, don't we? It's like, well, how can we keep going back to some of these areas that, like... Exactly, it's fine. Don't think about it. Like, how can we go back to the Unsundered world? Don't worry about it. Protagonist privilege. But, like, every once in a while it does come up in universe. Like, you know... Thank you to Urianger. Thank you to Urianger and, what's the third? Justinian. Yeah. There is no Monster Hunter overhunting problem. There can't be. That would be a very different game. What? That said, if they were to put out a game similar to like a base building or like city management sim, something like Zoo Tycoon or like those Jurassic Park games, but for Monster Hunter, I would not be upset about that fact. We could cultivate more monsters. I think I saw you utilize that method of travel when we saw your memory. That's right, might be easier just to show you. Please stay still, everyone. As I said, current hype is all wilds. There are only two things I'm positive about wilds. One, the internet's not gonna like it. At least some subsection of it. Two, I'm gonna like it. Already just, even if I just stick to Greatsword from that, minute-long video, I know I'm gonna have a good time. It helps that Gunlance looks dope as hell. It looks like probably Gunlance will lose its jet propulsion move, which is a shame. Understandable, but it looks to have gained a lot of fun stuff. Hunting Horn looks fun. Insect Glaive looks fun. The wound system looks fun. The monsters that they show look. I just want to play the game. I am so ready. Whenever that game comes out, I am gonna play the hell out of it. It's gonna be great. Huh? What? And again, nothing short of like them adding PvP or something like that is gonna get me to not enjoy that game. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Well, we don't know when it's coming out in 2025. And the fact that we're getting so many previews now and it's playable at Gamescom, to me says Q1. If I were to put money on it, I would say March. I would say March. I feel like that's late enough into the year that it's not the holiday season. So they let all the holiday season games blow over. Like late February, March, like right about when like Final Fantasy VII Remake landed. I think that would be like really late February, early March. I think is like the ideal Not the ideal time. I'm not a marketing guy, but it seems to work out the fact that now all of these things are starting to happen. We'll probably get the demo October? I want to say October demo. Is there any big, like, when's Tokyo Game Show? Whenever that is, that's probably the demo. But, like, my gut says October demo. Oh, September. That seems... I don't know. My gut tells me that's too soon, but it's playable at Gamescom, so, like, they clearly have a playable version. At least some sort of demo version. My gut still says October. October, March. That's where my money's at. But I am a huge fan of the let them cook. If they're like, hey, it's been delayed 6 months, I'll be like, cool, yeah, make it awesome. Doesn't matter. That's fine. Cool. Don't care. Make it awesome. I won't say a word of complaint if they decide to delay it. And not that they've announced a date, but you know. We're back to the ruins of the northern region of the island. What just happened to us? Ah, you experienced a warp. You can instantly travel to any location just by focusing on it. You can warp anywhere where you found crystals or scenic views. Are you the only one who can warp? No, anyone can warp as long as they have this crystal ring. Gathering materials should be much easier if we can all warp to a location. For who? Does it only work on this island? Yes, I believe so. Fortunate. No, I couldn't call myself a transporter if it came to depend on such a crutch. I mean, that's almost October. But yeah, later Dana explained warping to the other castaways. Though they were skeptical at first, everyone came around to it after they experienced it for themselves. Thanatos and Huron began working on a way to recreate Dana's crystal ring. After seeing them off, Adol and the others readied themselves to travel to the northern area of the capital. Yeah, all the other times we warped were technically, we ran there off camera. This is a warp. Yeah. CGS, it's always Atelier news. Whew, I hope it won't be gotcha news. Now for our big Atelier panel. There's a new banner coming to the mobile game. That's all. See you next year. I don't know why that's the announcer voice for the Tokyo Game Show. This should make it much easier to gather materials to build the ship. We are now able to warp. Warp points have been added to the map, increasing your travel options. You can also warp to any location points that you've discovered. Oh, we could only...
Alright.
Sure, it's fine. Trying to think. No, I didn't do like New Game Plus or anything, so... Alright. So we need to go way the pants over there. Yeah, gotta be her from around here. This is the aerial corridor. In my time, this corridor was the entrance to the Royal Palace of Eternia. Oh, look over there. Crystal's glowing. Yeah, there was a palace here. It's gone now. Sure, pretty gone. That'd be at least a little weird to be present version Dana watching her past self do Adol.
What is it, Donna? The sun's light seemed to dim for a split second.
You must be seeing things. The clouds are nowhere near the sun.
Yes, of course.
Certain that the palace will cease to be? Yes. Sarai and I have spent our entire lives in the capital. can see why it's difficult for me to accept such a terrible thing will come to pass. Olga, I'm also concerned about that chasm. Why does that appear in the Let's move it, people! We must finish before the day is done! Well, well, Lady Dana, I see. Accompanied by the High Priestess, no less. Are you heading into the city? Like, yeah, she comes up to, like, just above navel height on him. They were tall. I am, yes. I have business I must attend to there. Ah, I see. Please let us know if we can be of any assistance. Of course, thank you. Where are you and your men going? Storing food by decree of Her Majesty, Queen Sarai. Lady Dana is said to have received a vision of a poor harvest this year. That vision came to her just yesterday. How impressive, Queen Sarai, to take action so soon.
Yes.
Yes, even if this year's harvest is poor, we have nothing to fear. The Kingdom of Eternia has faith in both Queen Sarai and Lady Dana. After all, they have brought about the most prosperous age in Eternia's history. No pressure. Well, we should return to our duties. Yes, forgive me for distracting you. Oh, this was no distraction at all. Please excuse us. Just couldn't tell him. Couldn't admit that I'm here trying to figure out why the palace will vanish. It's fine, there's no reason to cause unnecessary confusion and panic. Now then, Dana, we should be on our way as well. This man, Adol, is trying to reach the aerial corridor in front of the palace, yes? That's right, need to hurry so Adol can reach the chasm.
Here goes. Change. Change. Here goes. Here goes.
Okay, stop. But on the other side. Guess we're going this way. I remember. Yeah, this one's definitely faster. Well, then. Obviously, in here. Back into the city. Maiden, High Priestess. What's wrong, Cecil? Are you two leaving so soon if the Harvest Festival has ended? You both seem rather preoccupied as of late. Forgive us, but we'd rather not inconvenience anyone else with this. Oh no, I'm sorry. I guess I'm not expressing myself clearly. What I mean is, if you need help, you can come to us. I don't know what you two are so busy investigating, but I can tell just by looking at you that it's something serious. I don't know what help we can provide, but please let us do whatever we can. Thank you, Cecile. Cecile, I'm very grateful for your offer. At the moment, we cannot share any details just yet, but when the time comes, I'm sure we'll call upon you for help. If we do, I trust that you'll provide all the help we need. Good, Dana, I understand. Thank you. At the very least, allow me to handle things while you're away. Please do. Dana, let's part ways here for now. That way, I can do some investigating of my own at the temple. Wizard, I'll meet up with you as soon as I can. The temple won't fall into ruin just because you two are away. The Harvest Festival just finished, so everywhere is crowded. Please be careful while you're out. May the great tree guide your path. Give me to check. Well, I was gonna say, it would have been, I guess I can knock it up one more, but it would be really funny if we had this set so that it looked like this or something. It's just quiet, and that's okay. Life goes on.
It's calm. I wish this moment would last.
I do like that she leans into the turns. One of those little details that you don't need, but adds a bit to it. Assume where they want me going. Oh no, we have a. Let's see what they want over here real quick. Yeah, and it's... You can definitely get by without it, huh? What's all this commotion? Excuse me, what's going on? Ah, Maiden of the Great Tree! Oh dear, this is nothing you need to concern yourself with. The person's smiling face is a testament to Eternia's prosperity. No issue is too trivial for my involvement. Now please, tell me what's happening. Oh, lady, please forgive us. We're currently experiencing issues with one of the mechanisms in the monastery. As you know, Balado Monastery has hosted many ceremonial events for the citizenry. Whether we're welcoming a newborn child or bidding farewell to the newly deceased, we always pass through this gate. As such, we've always referred to this gate as the Grand Gate of Happiness. The gate itself is quite old. We discovered this morning that the essence equipment that powers it is broken down. This equipment is unique too, for it was designed several hundred years ago, so we need to research how exactly to repair it. It's a problem. Yeah, obviously we'll help. With your consent, I can personally contact Baja Tower on your behalf. We can send someone in a matter of days to repair the gate. That would be splendid. Thank you so much for looking after us. No, wandering maiden. You're rude. Kids these days have no manners at all. After Dana wrote a letter requesting repairs and arranged for it to be sent to the Baja Tower.
Yes!
Oh.
Great job!
Dana's virtue increased. We are virtuous. I don't remember what virtue does. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure having more is good. Definitely don't remember what it does. Sit down the other side. What is the disturbance? Ah, I'm free. You seem to be in trouble. What are you doing here? Ah, why hello. It would seem I'm visible to thee. How delightful might thou be? Ah, yes. Forgive me. It would seem I allowed my excitement to overcome my senses. As for thine inquiry, let us merely agree that a mysterious event transpired. My name is Plow, spirit of the Raindrop. I make my home in the river, due west of here. Yet for some reason I was inexplicably drawn to this location. More power beckoned me. It seemed the other spirits did not succumb to it as I did. Maybe you were drawn to the capital. Can't imagine why though. All's well that ends well, for I finally met someone who can see me. I'm really happy about that. I seem to be interested in people. Indeed I am, for I believe spirits and people should live in harmony with one another. Long ago, spirits lent their powers to other people to sustain peace in the world. I believe this ideal is something worth striving for. Yes, naturally, I do not desire to rush into a serious commitment, but I'm looking for anyone who might wish to be my friend. Even among spirits, some are stranger than others. Okay then, I'll be your friend. My name is Dana. Thank you. Thou art a kind person, Dana. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. Dana now possesses the power of Plow, Spirit of the Rainbow. Its defense increased by 30. Feel your power coursing through my body. Thank you. Anything for you. Oh, can that be? Do I sense my brother? I apologize. I'm outside now. Farewell, Dana, until we meet again. And away goes the Raindrop. She goes. Did she say she had a brother? Is there another spirit nearby? Basically, Plow, Spirit of Raindrop. Virtue increased. Oh yeah, we needed to set him out to make that door. Cool. So we can go to the next part of that. I don't know whether it's really worth doing.
Vision. Does that mean the door's unlocked now? I should check when I have time.
I mean, if I was just trying to finish the game, we'd skip it. But I remember getting a lot of loot and stuff from in there, so it's probably worthwhile. And it's not like we've been in a rush to finish this game, clearly, so screw it, let's go. We're a few years too late to rush to finish this. I don't remember when this actually released. Hold on a second, because I played it a good ways after it was released. Yeah, July 21st, 2016. It's been out for a while. It was originally released for PlayStation Vita. And for PlayStation 4 a year later. So it was a Vita exclusive. And the Vita was a great system, and anybody who tells you otherwise is lying to you or has been brainwashed by Nintendo. Now, don't get me wrong, 3DS is a great system too. I ain't gonna make that up, but the Vita was fantastic, and it deserved to be treated better than it was. It had so many good games. Thankfully, most of them have been since ported to other systems, which is nice. But man, wouldn't it have been great if people respected the system when it was live? Oh, really? I didn't realize the Vita emulation was that hard. There, it's open. Like the previous floors, there should be a monolith that contains archived history. Should try to find it. I've got the PS TV, so I can just play my Vita stuff on the TV whenever I want, barring some select games. That's how we did a Soul Sacrifice Delta before, which I should have played more of, but you know, that's how it goes. Really? I'd never know, because I still have a Vita. I would never know. Huh. Like, I have an active, working Vita and the PS TV. My PSP battery died, but my Vita didn't. I'd never know. Huh. Good to know. I did not know such a thing. Sometimes you just gotta be hunting horn, you know? Yeah, I think there's more hammer, actually. Good. Screw you guys. You gonna... No? 4 months? Jeez. Huh. Oh yeah, that's how you're... Did the remakes only come out for Vita? It's also funny, I mean, I originally played that PSP, not Vita, but still. That was a damn good PSP game. PSP also had a bunch of good games, but everybody remembers the PSP having good games. And everybody remembers dunking on the Vita, and I just do not understand why. They did away with the VMUs, not VMU, UMDs. VMUs is Dreamcast. They put things on actual carts that you could actually play. That was the one downside to the PSP, and they fixed it. And people went, nah. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I should be able to break more of those. We don't have the charger here. Oh, that should have been a perfect dodge. You'd think. Oh, so they're not even localized either? Yeah. I hate to say that. Doesn't surprise me a ton. That seems very historically video games. Yeah, I got my PC version of 1 and 2. I got the PC version of 3, and then I got the PS4 Plus version of the rest of them. I'm pretty sure the rest of them are all available in PS4 and 5, but I'll check. I have to whip out the 3, I suppose I can. I have no idea what I've done. Okay, there's the 2 finals. about to say, I feel like I've just gone on a loop around this room. And I have. But I guess we're clearing out enemies and getting those fires extinguished. This one's 1, 2. Okay. Okay. Oh, so they're voiced in the remake. Interesting. I think I'm gonna play the game through the way I originally played it. Though fully voiced is always tempting. Let's see. Also depends if I'm gonna keep playing it on the Steam Deck or not. I don't know how easy it would be to mod it on there, whereas here probably a little different. Okay, so you go away. And before it has a chance to do anything. Cool. Birds. Oh, that's this way? I'm sure I could. I don't know if I care enough to.
See something?
I have no doubt it's doable. That I don't doubt.
Blades don't work on that shield. You need to find a way to destroy it.
Way to destroy the shield, you say?
Let's retreat these powerful, so be careful.
I think I found a way. Take the bonk! I thought the bonk would do more damage. Great. Damn. Oh, it wasn't an attack? Screw you. I was ready for that one, too. Oh, he resists Earth? Oh, so you're supposed to use Earth to break the shield, and then you're supposed to smack him with other stuff. Whatever, he died. This is irrelevant. I don't know how I'm gonna get that treasure chest.
There's something over there.
Okay, not that way specifically. Next for the treasure. Just a casual tower climb. There we go. Perfectly planned, perfectly timed, perfectly placed. Just perfect. Okay, well, maybe you live today. I'll let you survive. Till next time. Those are poison. Is this para? Yeah, screw it. The answer is always attacking more. This more attack damage is the answer to every question.
Where's it coming from?
Dick! Oh, hey, touch it. Damn it. Well, that went poorly. Tried to roll in place so I could get the run speed, because you only get run speed after you're holding the roll button. If you let go of the roll button, you have to roll again to get run speed. But that went poor. That went poor. I guess I could try to just always be running, but that takes a toll after a while. That's probably a boss fight. Alright, boss, let's go. Honed Silver Blade, Argura. And I love this. I love this game's music.
Change.
The problem being, you can't roll or block out of your attack, so you do have to play a bit smart. Bonk. That's a good hit. Damn it, keep slipping my finger. Dodge that. Ooh, your shield. This is heavy, yeah? Ah, okay. Ah, stop it. Well. Oh, bullcrap. Come on, big hit, big bonk! It should be bigger, but we'll take this. Break that heckin' shield! Oh, it's super weak to earth, clearly. Damn it, I thought I had burst or whatever. Oh yeah. 3-hitter. Screw you. This better kill him, because we might actually be in trouble. These healing enemies can help it. They're harder and harder to come by. I'll do it. I'd rather just kill him. Especially because he's weak. No. Oh, Warlock, it's fine. Dodge that game. 500 HP left. No shield. Shield is cheating. Got him. Hey, look at that. No healing needed. Perfect. It was a perfect run. We ended at full HP, so we didn't get hit. The math checks out. Stone of Antiquity. Strength defense 40 and 2/3 SP cost. That's a good piece of equipment. Considering what we had there was a strength 20. Yeah, I'm going to say that's passable. I'm going to say it's passable. It's alright, you know.
Here it is. A mono.
Limmel approved. Yeah, if Limmel had less SP cost. I see. Let's see. I wonder what's the archive done here. I do still have that game installed. Actually, do I have 3 Star Ocean games currently installed on this system? Star Ocean Divine Force, Star Ocean Second Story. I have 3 Star Ocean games installed currently. How many of those have I beaten? I'm actually really close to Second Story. I'm close to that one. For real, I'm actually close to that one. Those are those who, in the presence of glory, seek to claim it for themselves. Thus did weaker nations seek to wage war against Eternia, and usurp the golden age for themselves. With its essence and its powerful military, Eternia was in no danger of them. Half the series on their system. Good. And if they ever just re-release Star Ocean to the end of time, I will buy that immediately. That was my entry point, and I loved the hell out of that game. It is not a... That game gets way too hard later on, so I have never beaten it, but it was my entry point, and it was really fun. Yeah, I should also play more Second Story, because I am very close to beating it. But I haven't beaten it. I should also play the other two. Man, I love the series, but it just... Some entries have had some issues that have kept them behind. And unfortunately, oh, you started another game. I don't remember what it was, but it was definitely another game. It wasn't one of those like, oh, got bored or something. Something definitely pulled you away. It's one of those series that I do love so much, and it just... I honestly think the one we just got is going to be the last one. And they made some great improvements to the series. But I don't think this sold well. And I think this was going to be its big triumphant return, and they did a lot good. Game is pretty. It's got a lot more maneuverability. Combat is so much more fun. The world was cool. They kept all the old references. The art style was a little more tweaked. It looked good. It looked less plastic. Some of the like PS3, PS4 ones can have that like borderline artificial look to them, which is part of the style. But they kept the overall look while making it just look a little less... Plastic's really the best way to put it. There's so much good about that game, and it sold trash, so they're not going to make another. It sucks. Oh, that was going to be the big return to form, and I was so excited. And it's got a tactical card game. It's not quite cards, but you know. It doesn't matter. It didn't sell. Damn you. But civilian casualties mounted along Eternia's borders, threatening the peace and security of the people. Amidst the fog of war, one man stepped forth and ensured his place in Eternia's history. Uranus. Though he appeared to be an unassuming traveler, he possessed calm essence and a powerful will that could withstand any hardship. Yes, Uranus could take any pounding and people could give it. Uranus was a peaceful man above all else. He preached his word to all who would hear, tended to the poor and healed the sick. Oh, it sold better than expected. Oh, cool. I know Bayo 3 sold not as well, but I imagine it's still Bayonetta. Like, no matter what happens. I know people had gripes with Bayonetta 3. It didn't. That seems to happen a lot. I think I'm just easier to please than your average gamer. I really think it ends up being my fault, as it were. I think I'm just easier to please. Not to say that I don't hate certain games. Final Fantasy 13 2, I'm looking at you. But, you know. Love to know. Oh! Okay! Hell yeah! Good! Good! I don't know where I heard that it sold not so great, but I think it's just Square Enix. Square Enix, they had that report recently where most of their budget's coming from mobile games and MMOs. And that's in the year where Rebirth came out. Rebirth is so good! Rebirth is so good, and everyone I knew was playing it, or watching someone play it, but still. Ah. I'm glad 14 is doing well. I am sad that most of their money is coming from mobile games. I mean, there's a reason people keep making really crappily monetized mobile games. There's a reason. It's because it prints infinite money. Did they do Guardians of the Galaxy? Was that Square Enix too? I know they did Avengers, and I know that did badly. For sure. Just want to see if they did that one too. Say. The store page doesn't. Well, the PSN store page doesn't. Oh no, it's Eidos. I think Eidos is owned. Okay, hold on. Is Eidos Interactive owned by Square Enix? I'm not. Take over games publisher Psy. Line company Psy Entertainment, which was briefly renamed Eidos, was itself taken over by Square Enix in 2009. Okay, so yes. It is a subsection of Square, but it's not Square main name. I am so glad that I heard Guardians of the Galaxy was that good, because I was going to pass on that game so hard, because Avengers was so bad, and I was just assuming, oh, that's just going to be, they had the Avengers engine, and they just made another thing to cash in. Holy crap, Guardians is so good. Guardians is as good as Avengers was a train wreck. Y'all, if you haven't played Guardians of the Galaxy the game, play it. Please. It is some of my favorite, like, party banter in any game ever. I think it does the inter-party banter better than the movies. Those movies are good. I like the Guardian movies. No, yeah, DC is all WB. Yep. DC is all WB, which is why the Suicide Squad anime is done by WB Japan. Well, it's licensed, but it's done by Clover. Yeah, no, the funniest thing is they're still putting that game on, like, sales that only bring it down to, like, $30, and it's like, come on. Come on. Come on. Do the thing. Put it at, like, 5. Admit defeat. They don't want me. Like, nobody's gonna see that and go, oh man, I didn't want to buy it because I heard it was trash, but $30, that's reasonable. No. No. That's a shame, because, like, that is a studio that knew how to make a damn good Batman game. And Warner Brothers went, cool, you're doing something else. It's a live service now. We own you, bitches. And it's, if they had been allowed to make a non-live service game, even if they just were doing the same game they did, minus live service, with the same concept, like it wasn't Batman per se, but it was Suicide Squad, we could have had a damn good game. And now they're going to be looked at poorly for reasons that aren't their fault, because the studio just went, it's got to be live service. You have to make us infinite money. Batman Arkham didn't make enough money. We need more. Live service it. This wasn't supposed to be the modern gaming sucks tangent, but a lot of modern gaming sucks. Not all. Not all. There sure do be Monster Hunter, and there sure do be indie games. I will forever sing the praises of the indie gaming scene. Hard stop. God damn. There are so many good indie games coming out right now. Oh, Foam Stars flopped super hard. Foam Stars flopped so hard that they gave it out free and I still didn't play it. I hear the soundtrack's popping though. I'll probably check that on Spotify. Yeah, they gave that out for free and I still didn't download it. Which is a shame, because, like, I like Splatoon. I like games having competition. But, yeah, that's the thing. It came out, they were using AI-generated stuff for the game. They didn't promote it well. The gameplay wasn't varied enough to be like, well, we have all this stuff, and it wasn't tight enough to be like, well, we only do one thing, but we do it super well. And it kind of just fell to the wayside. Legitimately, all jokes aside, I had intended, like, I added it to my library so I could download it, and I had intended, when my game library cleaned up a little bit, to give it a shot, but now there's no point. Nobody's playing it. Why would I give it a shot now? It died. It's done. It's gone. And because it was free, you know, I don't know if I had the stuff, but like, man, it could have been good. And it could have been good for Splatoon to have viable competition. So Splatoon 4 isn't just Splatoon 3 with even less features, because Splatoon 3 was Splatoon 2 with even less features and worse netcode. And I still played a boatload of Splatoon 3. It's still fun to play with you guys, and Splatfest are great, but like, if it had competition, they could actually, you know, improve it. Splatoon 3 was so not as good as 2. Like, now that I've put enough time into 3, I can safely say 2 is better. Just hard stuff. How do you make your netcode worse? How do you put out the same game, strip features from it, and make the netcode worse? How? If you're going to put out the same game, at least just put out the same game. Don't take stuff away from it. If it was just the same game, I still would have been happy. Yeah. It's fine. Yeah, same game, same system, less features, worse netcode. The only thing Splatoon 3 had that Splatoon 2 didn't was the presuppose. That's it. But even then, like, I missed out on so many cool poses and stuff because I didn't want to grind out a battle pass. In their defense, it was free. And I'll give them that. I will 100% give them credit for that. Any other game company would have charged for that. Credit where it's due. But I only played the game sporadically, so I was never going to get any of those end bullets. But again, credit where it's due, it was free. It was still FOMO, but it was free. So yeah, Lacrimosa of Dana. Uranus. Oh, okay. Whilst traveling through a region ravaged by war, Uranus was set upon by bandits. Bandits plundered Uranus. A young woman, believed to be the leader, drew her sword from its sheath. As she made ready to cut him down, Uranus, ever tranquil, said thusly, "Wrath will not calm your wrath. You need not feel wrath. You need not feel fear. Embrace tranquility. Only when you abandon wrath can you walk a new path." She did not understand Uranus at first, but when his meaning dawned on her, she wept. Thus did the bandit leader become his disciple and traveling companion. With each passing day, Uranus drew more disciples. Even the beasts of the earth began to follow him. With his tranquil demeanor, he later became known as the Saint of Salvation for his role in saving the people of Eternia from a greater cataclysm even. Oh yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I still got my money's worth out of the game, but full picture hindsight, I played more of 2 and enjoyed my time in 2 a bit more because it went smoother. And they had more Splatfest I cared about. There were so many of those Splatfests that came out, it's like, oh, I have no strong opinions. In 2, it was like, no, that's the answer. That's the right answer, and I'm going to fight people for it. 3 was like, I guess I lean that direction, but... And... the, like, tri-battle thing was so much worse than adding unique shifty stations. Every Splatfest, even if I didn't like the theme, I'd be like, ooh, I wonder what the new map's going to be like. Play it for a weekend, have a fun time with it. It'll be goofy and stupid, and I'll probably hate it because it's going to drop me to my death, but, you know, something. I don't know the math, because I think 3 is still going with Splatfest, but I don't know which one had more. I know I played more of the 2 Splatfests. Yeah, it didn't even affect us. We couldn't even do it. Yeah, 3's had plenty, I think. We've just skipped most of them. Such a shame. Saint Uranus, he was very important to the establishment of the kingdom. He saved Eternia from a cataclysm. Sounds like wonderful as history suggests. He converted a bandit leader into one of his disciples. Even animals followed him. What a fascinating man. I know that voice. Did you follow me, My best to be super sneaky and follow you around this time. This was so funny that I just couldn't help myself. It's that presence I sensed on the upper floor. Whoops. I told you before this place is dangerous and to stop coming here. Oh, come on, don't say stuff like that. How come you're so interested in the history of Eternia, huh? Well, I mean, who wouldn't want to know at least some of the history of their entire nation that they're, like, the saint of and, like, BFFs with the queen of? 3 is ending at 19,231. Wow. No, Sora's very right then. Jeez. I absolutely would have thought it was closer than that. Like, if it was, like, 1923, I'd be like, yeah, no, that sounds about right. It's more, but, like, close. That's... Jeez. If these records are genuine, then they contain lost history. Like you said, this could be the truth of the past. That might lead me to the answers I seek. Hey. You know? Sorry, it's nothing. Didn't you say you were looking for something? It's been a while since then. Have you found it yet? I don't know. Have I? I think I might have found it, but maybe I haven't. In fact, it might be better if I don't find it just yet. I don't understand what you mean, but I've come to expect that from you. Anyway, I examined the monolith, so I should head back now. I have to give you a good scolding for disobeying me. Oh, come on. I just remembered I still have chores to do at home. Oh hey, I told her it's dangerous to be in here alone. Better head back to the surface too. So I assume we need more virtue for this. Door shut tight, will not budge. Okie dokie. I mean, one of the rooms was technically like a puzzle room, but otherwise this wasn't a long dungeon per se. Yeah, it autosaves, fills our health. Cool. Yeah, it was 2 puzzle rooms. I don't know if I care enough to get every chest out of this room. I'm sure there are hidden ones around, but I'm okay. We're not going for the perfect run, you know. I consider going down here as best I can as part of the story, but I would not argue finding every chest. Skipping these chests. How dare you? First of all. And second of all, how dare you? It's not a block pushing puzzle, it's a block falling puzzle. Inherently different. What you should say is, the fact that you've never beaten Catherine is a good sign as to why you're skipping this. That at least would have been accurate and painful. Not painful, but you know. I do so suck at falling block puzzles. Oh, is this just up here? Okay. R. Oh. I actually don't think I can do anything with that regardless. Alright, cool. Back to the now. Afro's been playing block pushing puzzle games lately too. That's just, it's clearly a good time to be a block puzzle enjoyer. Clearly. We should represent the backlog gets cleared. Yeah, true. Forgot the name. Hold on. It's not one I had heard of before, but I can go check. It is Leaf's Odyssey. They described it as a puzzle, like a block pushing puzzle game, but the game blurb on Steam doesn't. So I don't know. But they've been having a good time with it. Except for apparently snails. Apparently snails suck.
Lady Donna?
Vestal. Have you been assigned to guard the main entrance to the palace? Yes, I'm filling out in for my father while he's away in the outskirts. The guards who are stationed here are sometimes assigned to the temple too. Well, you might end up keeping your promise to me sooner than I realized. I don't know if things will work out that smoothly, but I have to focus on my duties here and make my father and superiors proud. Even though you're filling in, they don't allow just anyone to guard the main entrance to the palace. I know you do well, Rustic. Please continue to work hard. Yes, Your Eminence. Crystal of Saving. About catching bunnies. Yeah. That one you've mentioned. Crystal is here, then. I recommended that one to Afro. They said they'd heard about it, but hadn't tried it. Still don't know what disasters will befall the palace, but I can at least pour my power to this happen. It was really funny, having just learned the term Sokoban, to hear Afro talk about it. It's like, wait, yeah, no, I just learned that term. Ah, well.
The palace just suddenly appeared before our eyes! Did you do this, Donna?
Yeah.
Yes. If I remember correctly, I planted a prayer tree sapling at this spot to restore the palace in this era. It grew this way in order to protect the palace.
Protect it from what, exactly?
From... What was that?
Did you remember something?
No, not clearly. Anyway, we should be able to approach the chasm from the subterranean levels of the palace. Let's hurry on, Adol.
Go down the floors. Yeah, it really is just the reverse echo. Nearby event points have been marked on the map.
Ow! Go ahead!
There's one back there. Yeah, we'll pass by again, I'm sure.
Here! Go, Sahan! Hey!
You've handed me these crits. You fools. You gonna do it too? No. Damn it. Killed him before I could. Probably should go slow motion before that, but whatever. get the feeling going just down might not be the way.
Ooh, treasure chest.
It seems to be locked by some mechanism. Okay.
What a unique item.
What about the Monokuma bird? Oh yeah. Yeah, it's Polly, you know. Polly, the totally not Monokuma bird. Very nice. It's Bloodfang that gives the HP as well. Oh, she does have this stuff. So those games, yes, they did. Yeah, no, I had a good time playing that. I beat all of the chapters, the episodes. I will not platinum that game. But if you like going around and collecting stuff and Star Wars, man, that is value. I got my money's worth just playing through them, but like, you could really go nuts with that if you want. Ow. It's gonna be tired. That's true. Difficulty option? I guess, but LEGO games have always been on the easier side of difficulty. That's just kind of how they do. We need 2 more people. There we go. Screw you. Getting both of those on any enemy feels great. Feels better on bosses, but... Look at that! That sure is a hole. Is this it? Yes, surprisingly. Seems we've already arrived on the other side of the chasm. Seems pretty scary. I can't even see the bottom. How deep is it? I'm not sure. It's so dark at the bottom, it's like staring into an abyss. Oh, sorry, it's nothing. I just didn't think there was a direct path to the chasm through the palace. The path seems to continue down the wall of the chasm. Keep descending, we'll eventually reach the bottom. See if she missed his nest down there. Who knows? Guess we'll just have to find out when we get there. Okay. Keep moving, Errol. Just immediately break them. That. Briefly. Plant spit.
This is really bad.
Ow. Alright, well, sorry. Suffer through that. Crap. I guess we don't have a lot of paralysis resist, do we? I think I'm prioritizing these. Really? Still got me? I killed you. What are you still... No, you didn't die. Oh, whatever. Stab everything. The solution. And then we take the tails and gets a hit on you. Jeez. Is hard mode... I guess it must be. This hard mode must really be that hard.
Leave it to me.
You know what? Screw this guy. I believe it. I'm on normal. I don't even know if Nightmare is a thing on the non-release version. Alright, there we go. Earth Dragon. It's okay. I mean, I wasn't going to pick it anyway, so it doesn't change anything. This would be a really bad time to get, I don't know, paralyzed, probably. So you need to stop. Thank you. Damn it. Don't stop! Why are the plants harder than the, like, shelled beasts? It's illegal.
See something.
Alright, screw you. Plants are the worst. Oh, crap! Nobody saw that. I said nobody saw that.
We've made it this far, but how much deeper can we go?
I'm not so sure about going
Let's go.
Onward! Yeah, leave it. Oh.
There you go. Just don't let him get hit it. Screw you. Terrible plant beast. Definitely not a boss run. It, ancient fish of the Eternian era. Oh. A long-lived fish. Oh, are there really these things on the outside? No, there aren't. I ain't doing nothing with I ain't dealing with that bullcrap. Those are deadlier than the boss. Oh, okay, now we can fight the boss. Oh, they respawned! Oh, that's awful. Let's get toppled. Got to get stunned. There's some stuff. So close to death. It stayed out again. Ooh. Some Monster Hunter fights go this way, too. Did not mean to. It came right at me. It was attacking. It was an attack stance. That was self-defense. Also, it had paralysis plant friends, and anybody that's friends with those is clearly awful, so it was terrible. Skeleton. Oh. You know what this is, Dana? Yes, I think I remember Sarai mentioning this at some point. She said the royal family had essence equipment that let them breathe underwater. We use this, and we don't have to hold our breath until we're blue in the face. Yes, I suppose. Either way, now we can explore underwater. Not much for swimming, Lexia. I haven't been much of a swimmer, mainly because I never learned in the first place. So you just sink like a stone? Don't compare me to a stone. Just never really had a reason to need to swim. Well, next chance we get, I'll teach you how to swim. When I'm through, you'll be swimming so fast you'll be catching fish with your bare hands. What about you, Hummel? This might be a nifty little tool for your transporting business. Sign me up. These sparkles. Easier version. Jeez, yeah. Oh boy. It's equipment allows you to breathe underwater with these underwater areas. Da-da-da-da. What do we take off? Probably that one for now. Alright.
Now we can explore underwater. Let's go, Adol.
You are the worst plant monster in any game. That might be stretching it. But you suck. It's underwater exploring time. I don't want to skip every enemy because I need EXP and everything, but like, also screw those things. Oh, is this? No, there's only a percent chance I'm not permanent. Ah! These plants explode when separated from the stem. The spores they release stick to your clothes. Okay. Explosion can damage enemies. If you're too close to the explosion, you will take damage too. Ow. Damn it. Take that. Ah, leave me alone. I want you to die. The explosive damage. There you go. Ooh, good damage stuff. No! Damn it. Really wish I had hit him and not 100 feet above him. Woo! He's definitely already dead, but, you know, send a message. Oh, we're just gonna die. Cool. Got loot. Doesn't matter, got loot. Since I already own the games, and I'm not trying to go in the Japanese, I'm just gonna stick with the regular versions. But it sounds like there's definitely good things to the remake. I just don't care enough to go through the trouble. But it is a bit funny that a game that originally released on the Vita is currently only available localized on the PC. Not on PS3, PS4, PS5. Aha! We made it above water! Just to go back underwater. Okay. I mean, I already own the game, I already bought them. So, I mean, technically I bought it for the second time, because I owned it on PSP, but whatever. I already bought it on Steam, I'm gonna play it. Good to know if I decide there are options, but I'm not super concerned right now.
Leave it to me.
Oh, okay. Which one PC then? Good to know that. I thought it was just PSP. Never mind. Shows how much I know. I don't know which way is the right way. What's down here? This seems like the type of area that I'm probably just safer running through. We need the gathering materials to... We'll be fine. We'll pick our battles. After launch. Oh, jeez, okay. I mean, this PC port took a... Oh, no, not even PC. The PS4 port for this game, PS3 port, I guess at that rate, took a year. So, you know. I guess it happens sometimes. But yeah, that is a hell of a wait. The sheer amount of just ranged bullcrappery in this area. There's so much ranged bullcrap. At least these artillery turrets don't paralyze you. They still suck, but they don't paralyze you. That brings us back over here. So we need to go back this way. Turtles drop quick though. Just don't get hit, yeah. That's what I'm trying to work on. Not getting hit. It's going okay. Ow. Ow. Damn you. His hits are all just delayed enough to swing around. What's a bunch of XP though, I guess. This looks promising.
Look, Adol, I see a structure. It must be the base of the royal palace. It must be near the bottom of the sea. Ooh, a treasure chest.
Now, if we're near the bottom of the sea, it is surprisingly only slightly water down here. I will... Oh, crap. Oh, crap, too. You can kind of tell which one of the people can leech. We're all paralyzed though. So that's pretty awful. Why are you so dangerous? Weird. I'm gonna kill it. Not when you like this gets out. Do this. Oh. Ouch. One of those crit. There's no need to have that be able to crit, but I love that it can. Definitely love that it can crit. But definitely shouldn't be able to. Ah, lever. Presumably that connects back to where we were before? Which I believe... Okay. Yes and no. It does connect to where we were before, but it doesn't have a checkpoint. You want some? You want some? The rain shooting bastards. We're taking that. Is that something good? Yeah, revive and heal 1k HP. Yep. But say, that sounded familiar. Not when we're also in range of that thing, no. I think not.
Oh, somebody's
How is that not a perfect dodge, man? Whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, he's gonna die. Never mind. He will live forever. This, however, might hurt. This one might sting a little. If I was smart, I would have gone back to the town since we got that Firestone to try to get more of our, you know, weapons and armor up.
What is this place?
But not. So I committed to
It's
this.
really spacious. From the look of it, this might be the bottom of the chasm, but we didn't see the Okeanos' nest as we made our way. Wait!
What is it, little lady? Something funny about all this debris?
Look at this!
Maybe just a little something. It's the Lombardia! It was the ship we were on. Where? Way long ago.
Writing? What does it say? Lombardia?
No, definitely not.
Oh, the Lombardia's plaque.
This was attached to the ship's hull. Must have wound up here after the Oceanus pulled it under. Creature must be nearby. Is that how all this debris got here? Man, Captain Barbaros loved this ship, and that thing tore it to pieces. Yes. We'll avenge the Lombardia, and then we'll all escape this island together. That's the spirit. We're gonna do this. All that aside, when will the Oceanus return here? It's not here, it must be roaming the sea somewhere. It's very likely, we'll have no way of knowing when it might return. Even with this Essence equipment, being underwater too long is still exhausting. What should we do? Let's wait a little longer. We've learned enough about its nest. We should resurface instead of waiting here. Yes, there might be new information back at the village. We can always warp back here. Why ask my opinion if you're just gonna not do it? Thanks. Look, Adol. Oh hey, there it is. That the Oceanus? Yeah, monster swimming without a care in the world. We can't defeat it unless it returns to its nest. What should we do?
Hey, Adol!
Oogie, father! I came to check on your progress. Any new developments? I'll inform them that they found the Oceanus' nest. Well, the nest already, huh? That's good to hear. Looks like we got here just in time, Thanatos. Indeed. What are you talking about? Actually, Dogi and I have been warping around the northern region. We found some documents in the capital with more information about the Oceanus. It explained how people used to hunt it back in the day. Huh? Really? How did you find that information? Explorer's intuition. How did we hunt it? It's actually not that difficult. Trapping it in its own nest was actually a good idea. The Oceanus has more of an advantage in open waters. However, the Eternians would split into 2 teams to hunt them. 2 teams? That's right. First team would drive the Oceanus back into its nest, and the second team would wait for it in its nest and finish it off. Similar to a fishing technique I've used before. It's a sound strategy, but if we split into 2 teams, I think we can do it. I don't know about that. That might be difficult, even for you guys. Hope so. I don't think the 6 of you could drive that thing back into its nest. I agree. Yes, why? We'd like you to be the team that waits for the Oceanus at its nest. The team responsible for driving it back to its nest, well, you're looking at them. You mean the 2 of you? That would be an impossible task for Dogi and me alone. Which is why everyone at Castaway Village will help drive back the Oceanus. Saying everyone in the village is going to head to the northern region? Now that we can warp, it's possible to relocate everyone. You sure that's wise? What about the village? If it gets attacked while everyone's away, and our ship gets destroyed. Actually, looks like the beasts near the village have settled down, so we can devote our experience with raids and hunts to taking down the Oceanus. The fight against Oceanus is a watershed moment for us castaways. So please, let us help you out this one time. What do you say? Yeah, count on me. That's what I like to hear. Okay, time to strike while the iron's hot. Better start preparing. Preparations to hunt the Oceanus had begun, warping themselves and their weaponry. The castaways stationed themselves at the castle. Spirits were high as the castaways readied themselves to face the Oceanus, the beast that sunk the Lombardia. The fateful hour approaches. Alright, everything's ready to go. All we gotta do is get things started. I know I don't need to remind you, but double check your equipment for me anyways, they don't. Once you're all set, let me know. Make sure you talk to everyone before we start. Definitely equipment checking. Flamestone. Weapons can be enhanced and forged even further. New armor is available.
What should I upgrade? Leave it
Okay,
to
we
me.
got stone for that. I figure she's the one that can leech HP. She should have the highest weapon first. And it does seem like the HP leech is based on a percentage, so. One, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 8. I mean, that has to be wrong, because this is 7. Wait, no, this is 8. Never mind. Sorry. What am I thinking of? I've the wrong number for it. Yes, this is 8. Jeez. Yeah, so that's why that article seemed a little funny.
I'll get started.
I think I've played East
All right,
7.
finished.
I have East Origins, and I have East 9 and 8. Now, so we can level a few peoples, but not all the way.
Whew, it's complete.
Gigantex.
Leave it to me. Whew, it's complete. Leave it to me. All right, finished.
Right.
Leave it
More
to me.
damage.
Whew, it's complete.
Oh, this
Leave
can go a
it to
little
me.
further.
All right, finished.
We just use different mats. Okay. So we may as well try other people's too. Though I guess we're going to run out of bluestone.
Whew, it's complete.
Yes, we will. Alright.
All right. How can I help you today?
Armor's probably too late. No, we can make armor too.
Leave it to me. Whew, it's complete. Leave it to me. Whew, it's complete. Leave it to me. Whew, it's complete. Is that
Alright.
it?
Cool. We got our main 3 equipped. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about those right now. All out war. It's been a while since I've worked with this many people at once. The duty of a transporter is always to accomplish alone. It's a good experience for me. Counting on you to lead us. Leave the enemies in your wake to us. Alright, tell you how. Here, take an iron knuckle. Someone with his knuckle down to its bone, but for some reason it fits me perfectly. No doubt somebody with great wall-crushing skills used this. It's by a pirate corpse.
I see.
I see. That settles it then. Yeah, anyway, this is a nice gift. I'll get it fixed up with the blacksmith. Then I should be able to help you fight off the primordials. I know. Why don't I help you with your investigation to refresh my skills? Oh, by the way, I was asked to collect some food to put away in storage. I have to go to the northern region. Can you help me out, Dogi?
Man.
Just as I thought we lacked adequate building supplies for the ship. If you have some time, come see me. I'll give you your next task. Okay, I found a thing. Come to the watchtower, okay? Sorry at all. Got my hands full here, it seems.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't even notice. This liveliness kind of reminds me of old times. Chief Goban's band of thieves were a nice enough lot, and the villagers here remind me of them a little bit. In any case, having this handy punching tool will help me out with my duties. Thanks, Idol. Make you proud. Hey, our best friend is maxed out. Alright, well, let's do this.
Adol.
Ready to do this? Oh yeah. Alright, time to move out. Feeling so pumped right now. You're now best friends with your best friend. Hell yeah.
Finally, we're all set.
Pretty sure Dogi is Mama from Somnium in Nirvana. Pretty sure it's the same person. Incredibles 3's in the works? Okay. Never saw Incredibles 2, like Incredibles 1. Never saw Toy Story 4, like Toy Story 3. Yeah.
Let's get started.
What are you gonna do? Stop making money? It's about time.
Tell me about it. Time sure flies when you're shipwrecked on a deserted island. But now we can finally end this, once and for all.
Adol, Dogi, I understand you're eager to begin, but we need to review our strategy.
New IPs are risky. To be fair, Pixar has made a bunch of new IP movies more recently, haven't they? I mean, Inside Out 2, sure. Elemental. Lightyear was a TV... Was Lightyear a movie or TV show? Regardless. Turning Red, Luca, Soul, Onward. Yeah, sure, there's Incredibles 2, Toy Story, Coco. Cars. Finding Dory is a sequel. The Good Dinosaur, Inside Out, the first one. Brave. Correct, it's not a new IP. That I know. But like in the last number of years, you still have... We just go back to 2020... So, since Toy Story 4, Onward, Soul, Luca, Turning Red, Lightyear, Elemental, Inside Out 2, they're better than not for new IPs. Mind you, they hit in some of those IPs hard. Toy Story needs to be put to rest. I love me some Toy Story. Let them rest. But Pixar's actually doing better than many in terms of like actual new things. The only reason I really knew that is because I just opened that box of Pixar cards with my brother, and there were a lot of stuff, and I was like, oh, I haven't even seen or heard of that. Like, I need to see more recent Pixar movies.
Right. Let's go over everything, just to be safe. Adol, you'll kick off the strategy by moving your team to the Okeanos' nest.
Yeah, we go down there.
Records we've uncovered, the Okeanos resurfaces at set intervals.
You guys punch it up here until it goes, no, I don't want to be punched, and it goes down there. Where we punch it.
Then begin our attack once it appears.
Perfect plan.
Once we've injured it, it
Perfect
should retreat
strategy.
back to its nest to recover.
And that's when we ambush it.
This strategy's pretty simple.
I'll do my part.
I mean, from our point of view, it's super simple. We just wait down there until he shows up and then hit him.
The Okeanos can't leave water, but we still don't know what it's capable of.
I mean, a little. We don't have to chase it.
Please don't underestimate it. She's right. Please be safe,
everyone.
Well, the music will be good, but it won't be that. That fight had some music, yeah.
I'm ready to face some danger. Besides, I've been making you guys do all the heavy lifting up till now anyway.
At the very least, please allow me to help in whatever way I can.
Sure about that? With your legs shaking like a little lamb stock?
I mean, you can be
I'm
afraid
just
and
trembling
helpful.
with excitement.
We're counting on you to finish that thing off, Adol.
Give it a minute.
Yeah.
You don't need to be that eager, but we've got your back.
All right, let's get started. I think you should be the one to give the rallying cry, Adol.
I mean, we are the protagonists. Let's avenge the captain.
Let's avenge the captain together.
He's only a silent-ish protagonist.
All right, let's begin. Adol,
I mean, in
lead your
universe he
team to
talks all the
nest
time.
right
He's
away.
always giving recaps and whatnot, but you know. We have to Ushionist's nest. So we should wait here then. Literally the only... It's a two-step plan. Go down to nest. Wait till he shows up. It's a three-step plan. But no, wait in nest until he shows up. Hit him. Yeah, Stogie and the others will drive it back here. It's the real fight starts once he shows up. Okay. Character all voices in uniform overload. Oh! From one voice line, jeez. Hey, pancakes. He voices the They had to have known. They had to have known. I know he's voiced other things too, for sure. But I'm pretty sure he's also always been the voice of Adol as long as he's been voiced. We have a job to do. Let's make sure we get it done. Off the top of my head, I don't remember who does his voice.
Dogi, they should be at the nest by now, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, they should be there already. Once the Okeanis surfaces, that'll be the signal to begin the assault.
English Kirito. Oh, okay.
You guys ready?
Also law. Okay, gotcha. What to say? I haven't actually watched any SAO. I mean, I know Kirito's Japanese voice actor. But that's because he's like half of our oof sound effects.
Everyone,
So, you know.
attack!
Silver the Hedgehog. Ah, gotcha. Noted. Yeah, piss it off. Hit it with rocks and arrows and everything else.
Excellent! Everyone, keep up the attack!
Huh? What was that sound?
What, you thought it was just gonna be like, oh no, my pinky toe, I'll run away.
Cry, perhaps? No. A war cry.
He's not dead, just angry. Oh yeah.
Primordials.
It must have summoned them.
What are we gonna do now?
You guys just
Keep
keep the
fighting.
pressure on the Okeanis. I'll handle these guys.
I'm just gonna go punch some dinosaurs. You keep doing what you do. I got this.
You primordial punks are about to get an ass beating from Dogi the Wall Crusher.
Just gonna punch him.
Leave some for me.
Ah, and Belmont is joining you too. Punch and whip. I like the little land sharks. Alright. plan goes off without a hitch.
It just disappeared.
It must be submerging to retreat back to its nest. So far, so good. The rest is up to you, Adol. Hey, look!
Ah, a few more.
Huh? We're surrounded!
Guess they're gonna make us work for it.
We gotta defeat these primordials. Weapons ready, everyone!
Oh, good luck with that. We've got our hands full. Or we're about to.
It's coming, Adol!
Oh hey, guardian of the eternal distant sea.
Rather rude of it to keep us waiting.
This thing has been preying on ships for years. Its entire body is
Yeah,
much
a
bigger
long
than
time.
expected.
But we can't let it scare us this time. We need to deal with this monster if we're ever gonna get off of this island.
True.
And as a man of the sea, I got a duty to avenge the Lombardia.
Adol, we may have ambushed it, but it still has the advantage underwater. Let's use the neighboring currents to our advantage and fight it off.
I do love her weapons. I'm always a sucker for a ring blade, and she just snapped it in half and went, yeah, that'll do.
Right there! Alright, be prepared.
Well. Yeah! Look at that. Ow! Could have been able to dodge that better. Then do better! Ow. Alright, yeah, I gotta knock a hit out of 10 of those. Aha! They turned that around quick. See, this is how you heal up. Woohoo! I do like this fight mechanically. It's not the most complex of all time or anything. It's a good time. Let's use the big bomb stuff. Get you dancing around different platforms. Oh! Mechanicals hurt though. Damn it, everything hurts, it's the problem. Yeah. I feel like it's definitely a thing a lot of games try and don't do super well. Give me my HP then. Alright, not bad. I can learn to dodge better. I have healing items. I just ideally don't want to use them. Because I know I'm going to need them. Oh, so one of the reasons I didn't platinum this is because you have to beat it on hard mode. And on hard mode, besides just higher damage and stuff. Ow! Speaking of healing items, when you use healing items like potions, they go away forever. Whereas in this version, if you drink a potion, you keep the bottle. You still have to craft another potion. Let's do SP again. For our food. Is there anything else we can eat?
I can still go!
Yeah, so we get an empty bottle. But if you go in hard mode, no bottles remain. You have to actually... They become like... They're already valuable, but they become like crazy valuable. Okay. Damn it. Damn it! Jeez. Jeez. Why did I go down to this platform? I'm gonna leave. Look at that. Platform sucks. I mean, yes. Fair. But like, of all the things... Mandalorian had people holding Starbucks cups. And people love the Mandalorian. Small mistakes. Oh, crap. Okay. I feel like at some point, small mistakes is like, whatever. But like, I feel like it just compounds with the other stuff is the thing. For that one. Why would I go down there if he's just gonna blind it? Okay. Weak point. Damn it, I should have hit. Also, this blindness is annoying enough. It's time. Screw you. Please don't go invulnerable or something. No, it's taking a chunk, yeah. Yeah, okay, that felt pretty good. It definitely cleared off like a whole irritation out of it. He gets his hits in, and then things happen. Are you gonna... Yeah, I'm not going down there. I fell for that exactly once. Why would I fall for it? Ow! My spine. Why would I fall for it again? Okay, well that didn't really help any, but... Take that. I wonder if these can crit. Like, if I perfect block the tentacles, can I crit with the bombs? Oh, why would you put me behind it? No. Yeah, I doubt it too. Would be fun. Tamed of Flamestone. Hey, we just got some weapons slightly leveled. Now we can do it more. If I feel like grinding up any weapons, I'll do it off camera, but I feel like we'll be good enough to get at least enough to clear the game. I'm not going for super bosses or anything, so...
Did we actually win?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
The
too.
sea has been purged of a powerful foe. The Okeanos is no more.
Finally. Mission complete.
Oh! Yeah! We did it!
Yippee!
Did you see us, Captain Barbaros? Did you see how we fought for you?
I mean, all we're trying to do is get off this island alive.
We did it, Adol.
This is an island that has done nothing but consume sailors for hundreds of years. I don't know if we're overly worried about the ecological repercussions of it. I think at this rate, getting out alive really does kind of trump that. Also, the Eternians used to hunt that thing all the time. So, I'm just saying, it's not the only one of its species, and the Eternians used to hunt it all the time. Please don't cry.
You can say that, but
Also, how did you cry underwater? We're under... How?
pardon me.
I'm
Well
impressed.
then,
And
Dogi and
confused.
the others are waiting for us. Let's return to shore.
Going to get left behind is such a dick thing to say to someone who's clearly in pain.
It's nothing.
I mean, she was going to fight through it and ignore it anyway, but like, come on. Idol finally defeated the Oceans, Ocean Guardian of the Isle of Seaman. During the battle, the castaways managed to fight off a horde of vicious primordials. Upon learning of Idol's success, their cheers echoed into the sunny sky. With this, nothing could stop them from leaving the island. They could depart as soon as the ship was ready. Thanatos and Sahad suggested throwing a party to celebrate their impending escape. Energized by their victory over the village's arch enemy, the castaway celebration rang through the night. And then... Aw man, I haven't felt this excited in a while. It's like everyone else feels the same way. You did a great job. Damn right, the castaways have more than earned this victory. I tell you, it doesn't get much better than this. Say, where'd Sahad wander off to? Haven't seen him in a while. I think Sahad already drank himself to sleep. We better take it easy tonight. We've still got another 2 weeks before the ship is finished being built. Yeah, we need to make sure we found every last castaway. We also need to prep food and water for the ship, just in case the worst happens. Come to think of it, there's actually a lot of work left for us to do. I'd like to explore more of the island. I know exactly how you feel. It won't be long before we're bidding fond farewells to our lives as castaways. I must admit, I think I'm actually going to miss living like this. So you'd rather stay here? It's not a wholly terrible idea. Finish eating, Father? Avocado. I couldn't possibly eat another bite. You want more? Let me know. I'll make all your favorites. Thank you. You okay, Adol? Have you had enough to drink? I always say Adol. It is canonically Adol. 100%. The Twitter said it. Everyone in the universe that's voice says it at all. Bad habits die hard. I have. Thank you. Happy now. Everyone's heading to bed. You all should get some rest too. Let's go, Dana. Ah, yes. Yeah, you know how I do pronunciations. Wrong. At least this is closer. Then, yeah. I wouldn't mind staying here longer, but I decided long ago that I'd leave this island. I want Ricotta to see the world. I don't know how else to put this, but that daughter of mine has a lot of potential. Hey, are you? Say, Adol, what are you planning to do about Dana? Even if we escape this island, she's, well... I've learned about that myself. She hasn't fully regained her memories yet. Wouldn't she regret leaving? I was thinking about that too.
Man.
We should really discuss it with her sooner rather than later. You're right, Adol. We should talk to her alone. What clothes are... I mean, clearly everyone in her time... It's like Final Fantasy X. It clearly takes place in a super temperate environment where everybody wears clothes that just are barely clothes because that's just what you do. You can get away with it when it's everyone. If everyone wore like full outfits and she was the only one wearing that, people would be like, "What do you? Why did what?" Huh? But you look at everyone in her era, and everyone has bare minimum arms and midriff exposed. Male or female, bare minimum, everyone. It's just, it was warmer then, I guess. Then maybe... No, on second thought, just listen to what she has to say. Either way, you can't get too relaxed just yet. Also, something I forgot. The E-Series isn't in chronological order. The chronological order of Ys is 1 for Origins, 1 and 2 Chronicles, 10. Jeez, 10 is going to be... Okay. 10 is going to be the third one in the chronology. 4, 3, 8, where we are now. 6, 7, 10, or 9. That's the chronological. So 9 is currently the newest released one and the last in chronology, but 10 is going to go back. So at this point, he's age 21. He's 24 in 9. He's going to be 17 in 10. You know, I kind of dig that they've made a series that's going on this long, that focuses around one character, generally speaking 2, let's be honest here, that still keeps them all, you can play any one of them. You can start anywhere. Like, you can start anywhere. I started here! This is the 8th of 9, this was the 8th of 8 games when I played it. I had a great time. Like, I'm sure there are references I'm missing. I'm positive. But they're like, yeah, you can get the references if you play all of them, but if you don't, here's a great package game. And then we'll just make another great package game. And if you play all of them, you'll notice the threads and you'll pick up on the things. But if you don't, here, have a good time. You don't have to. Which is kind of awesome. Final Fantasy gets away with it by just making them totally different games, which is a good way to do it too. Same with Atelier, yeah. Like, yeah, they're all good standalone, and it is very much, I mean, it is his journey, but it's as much about the people he surrounds himself with. Clearly do change game to game. Where would she have gone? Okay. It's true. And I mean, I haven't played I do have Origins on PC. Oh, somebody gifted it to me and I don't remember who at the moment. Somebody gifted it to me and I do need to play more of that, because I played it the first, like, hour, and I was like, oh, that's cool, and then didn't play much more.
How long have you been standing there?
But I do need to play more of that. So, like, maybe he had an arc in, like, 1, 2, or Origins. But maybe not. Maybe he's just, honestly, it just works if it is adventurer. You know? Likes exploring, helping people, and going on adventures. If you're gonna be a mostly silent protagonist, you don't really need more than that. And you have Dogi with you, who can do all the extra talking and world building when you need him to. And then the people you meet.
Yes, it really is. Congratulations. You can finally leave this island. I'm happy for you.
After seeing this game, would you believe that 9 is edgy? Would you believe?
Listen.
They try. They try. It's got an edgier design. Far. 9 is also the one where they went, wow, the Tales series stopped doing local multiplayer. Our game's fully local multiplayer now. They patched it in, and they were very much like, we've tested this to make sure you can play through the whole game. There might be some bugs, but here you go, for free. Here's a free patch to our game that will let you do local multiplayer for the entire game. And it's like, oh, damn, that's nope. Nobody even asked for that, but like, thank you. Well, I haven't tested it. I need to test that one day. One day. Yeah. Like, that's a power move for a dev. You just be like, yeah, we've never had local multiplayer, but this series, I don't know if they did it because Tales of dropped local multiplayer, but the timing was suspicious. So I don't know if that was their reasoning at all. I do know that it worked out nicely.
I want you to focus on escaping.
And even the Tales games, you could only co-op in battles, which was enough. You spend a lot of time in a JRPG in battles. But Ys 9, it's the whole game. You can explore, you can open chests together. It's everything.
I do want to regain my memories.
Which it kind of has to be, because it isn't sectioned off battles like Tales of is.
I want to know why I'm alive in this era.
I still hope Tales of A, makes another game, and B, goes back to local multiplayer. Tales of Arise was really good and drew a ton of people into the series who had never cared about it before. And then they just kind of did nothing with that momentum. Except shut down their gacha game, which was at that point already Japanese only anyway, because they already shut down the English servers for it years ago. Like, you made a great game. Like, I don't think Tales of Arise was the best Tales of game. But I think it was a damn good one, and it was definitely the one I would point to get new people into the fandom. After that, it'd be like, play Berseria, play Xillia. But, like, it may not be the best of them, but it is very good, it is very pretty, and it plays very well. And you want to onboard people into a new series, make it pretty, and if you can't do that, make it play very good. And it played good. Sans the fact that it didn't have multiplayer, it played damn good.
But I'm sorry. Thank you for your concern.
Hey, you two. What are you doing here?
What are you doing here? We thought you got drunk and passed out. Well, we were half right. We were half right. Oh, yeah. See, Sahad is great because he likes fishing. He's just a damn positive dude. Gives off good vibes. That's it. Vesperia and Symphonia. Understandable. Yeah. Symphonia is iconic. It was my first one. It was a lot of people's first Tales of game. I would argue if it wasn't for Arise, Symphonia was probably the one that got the most people into Tales of. Vesperia is fantastic because the whole cast is good. Also, it has a pupper. Like, it has a pupper. It has a playable pupper. It has an anti-hero style hero that seems very relatable and realistic and not just, I just like killing people. But a character that realizes that, you know, we can't obtain our goals without sometimes having to kill a person or two, and I'm going to get that done. Which you don't see in a lot of JRPGs. Rita and Estelle are also fantastic. Rita and Estelle, like, my, and definitely a lot of other people's, biggest gripes about the Tales of series is that they hint at all of these relationships and commit to none of them. It's like Atelier. Like, even more than Rita and Estelle, if you ever play Zisteria, what's the protagonist's name? Asbel? Him and Mikleo are 100% an old gay married couple. 100%. To the point where anytime anybody flirts with one of them, they're like, they go almost as far as to say, like, wink, I'm already taken. Like, they don't ever say it, but they go up to that line. And it's like, just say it. They couldn't with Rita and Estelle either, but that was an older game, and I kind of get it. I mean, I like it, but I get it. Product of time. But like in the modern era, it's like, either stop baiting people, or say it and make it official. Because you can also just not have people in the relationships together. That's fine too. That is a valid option. You don't have to have everyone in a relationship. That's fine. Also a very viable option. Yeah, Blue Reflection 2 is the only game that did it right. It's the only one. Who can you romance? Everyone. But it's not like canon or anything, is it? No, it's canon. Also, there is an actual canon. No, like, queer baiting is so... And, like, I don't have a stake in this horse. I don't really, like... I like some straight relationships. As a straight male who enjoys relationships, hasn't been in one in a while, I prefer that. Like, I see, I get it. It's any, like... But they only bait queer relationships. They don't bait straight relationships. They're just in a relationship. Because, you know, just say that. It just bothers me. It's like, come on. three romance pairs and nothing else. True. That's fair. But, like... No, you're right. It is, but... It happens. Yeah, for sure, Sor. I get it. But then stop, like... I'd say... Yeah, I was about to say. The Tales of franchise is very, 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 very driven by yaoi sales. The Fujoshis love Tales of. Holy crap, they love Tales of. The male characters are more popular for that exact reason. So it really reads like we want their love, attention, and support and money, but we don't want to we're not going to say it. Like, I get the concept of we want to put these in a game, but maybe where we are won't allow us to go past that line socially. But at some point it just turns into, give us money, please. It just reads different. Like, for sure, I get the concept, and at the end of the day, I'd rather they put things in and hint heavily towards it so you really know what they're talking about without saying it, than not at all. That's still better. Sure. I am not a person that's really qualified to speak on this subject, let's be honest here. Like, my 2 cents. Let's get back to... This all stemmed from Fahad being a great character, and then Tales of. But what I was going to say before, I should at some point go through some of my favorite... Well, I mean, my favorite Tales of game is Xillia. That's my personal favorite. I think that's the cast that I like the most, and that's even though it has Alvin. I still like Xillia that much. So at some point I have to play through Xillia on stream. There are rumors that there might potentially be a remake happening. I don't know how substantial those are. Internet, you know, grain of salt. Even if not, I've got a PS3 emulator. Let's slap that on. I should play Xillia on stream at some point. Xillia and Final Fantasy X are 2 games I do really actually want to stream at some point. Like, and 9. Xillia, 10, and 9. Like, those are on my mind enough that, like, I was tempted to start one of them during this open period instead of Control Alan Wake. But having just cosplayed Alan Wake, I'm in a big Alan Wake mood, so we're going with that. But, like, we have a fairly open time now. Like, realistically... There's no big game I'm super waiting for until Wilds? So we've got time. I could start Final Fantasy IX. If it continues that there's no big game in the future, I am 100% down for that. 9 is a game I haven't revisited in a while. 10 is a little more difficult because I will have to emulate it because the HD versions change the character models enough that they lose out on some emotion. If you're replaying 10, play the HD version. It's got so much more features, it's got so much more like stuff to it, play the HD version. But if you've never experienced 10, play the original version. Because you will lose out on emotions for the character models without doing it. No more center. 10 is long. Yeah, that's fair. 9 is long too, but yeah. I mean, Monster Hunter will supersede everything. When we get to that point, it's Monster Hunter. But hey, we're making progress on this. I think we might finish this tomorrow, and if not, yeah, we'll finish it soon. I think we're at the point where we can do it tomorrow, but it's been a few years since I beat it, so I don't have an exact perfect time frame. I think it make a little too much to hunt. It was such a great day. I figure we'll get to the end of this nighttime scene and save. Yes, it was. Considering I forgot where I was, I forgot how to play the game, it had been a year and a half, we had a power outage, and I've gone on 2 separate long tangents. We made a lot of progress tonight. Ah, what a nice breeze. Reminds me of the winds of Crete. Damia, Teddy, just wait. Daddy's coming home soon. more Atelier games on the list. Nah, that's fine. I do like Atelier games. If I were to play another now that wasn't finishing Manic Enemy 2, I'd probably do... I don't know. I don't know what I would do. He passed out. We shouldn't leave him here. Let's carry him back to the lodge. What are you talking about? That's... Sore beat you Tui is the funniest thing. Oh, wait, no, that's Sophie, not Lydian Swell. Sophie and Sophie... Well, that was the one that got the sequel in the middle of Ryza as well, right? Yeah, that's tempting. That's tempting, because that's another more modern one. That's a little tempting. Adol didn't have a chance to talk to Dana alone after that. Fighting the Oceanus had worn him out, both mentally and physically. He fell asleep as soon as he laid down. Mysterious could be fun. Yeah, since I only played the last of Mysterious. Sophie was one of the other ones. What was it? Fierce? Yeah, okay. I mean, I know a little of those characters because they were in Lydian Swell. The Fated Day. Yeah, this is a perfect place to leave off. I'm going to play more of this tomorrow, by the way. So, we're playing more tomorrow. I think it might be possible to finish it tomorrow. If not, we'll be one more stream. I really like Dana's theme. The music in the whole game is good. I'm assuming this is her theme. I really like Dana's theme. But the whole soundtrack's
What is it?
pretty good.
Something inside the sun?
I also appreciate that they're not afraid to just slap a giant exclamation point over somebody's face. Oh, yeah, we get animated soon. So, you know.
It was a scarlet vision. Something will plummet here. A star? A star will fall from the heavens? Is that star what forms that giant chasm?
I mean, what else is going to kill off the dinosaurs?
Hello? Is anyone here? Somebody, alert High Priestess Olga!
Yeah, I mean, clearly it did for the rest of the world, but not on the island.
I must speak to Queen Sarai.
I thought there would be a save point. Are you certain of this? Sarai, forgive me. I think that such a disaster awaits us. We still have a few minutes anyway. Between my dreams I've been experiencing and my scarlet vision, there's no doubt in my mind. The kingdom of Eternia will be devastated by a falling star in the near future. I, Dana Ecludia, Maiden of the Great Tree, am reporting this as a formal prophetic vision. Dana, thank you for bringing this to my attention. There's no time to waste. We must act now. What do you intend to do? Crystal pillar at the center of Aegis. Aegis? It provides essence to the entire kingdom. Perhaps we could use that somehow. Yes, of course. We could use it to erect a giant essence barrier over the kingdom. Are you mad? That crystal pillar is the lifeblood of blood of Eternia. If you use that in that manner, the entire kingdom will be drained of essence. How do you think the neighboring nations will react once they learn of this? Perhaps you're right. Olga, I don't know what's going to happen. But we can't just do nothing and wait for the inevitable to happen.
Very well then. I will begin preparations to create a barrier in the sky above the kingdom. All Essence Maesters throughout the kingdom will be assembled here for an emergency meeting.
Queen Sarai.
Doesn't this remind you of the forest fire, Olga? The three of us have always risen to the occasion to overcome any hardship. This time will be no different. More importantly, Dana and I cannot sit on our hands and do nothing. We must take decisive action.
As you wish. Tell me, Dana, where do you get the inspiration for your outlandish ideas?
You know.
Time is of the essence. We must coordinate our efforts with the Temple of the Great Tree as well. Evacuating civilians is top priority. Do whatever it takes to see them out safely.
By Queen Sarai's decree, the kingdom began preparations to thwart the incoming meteor. Despite their foreknowledge of the impending cataclysm, many areas began panicking nonetheless. Even so, Thanks to Queen Sorai's political prowess, the preparations went off without a hitch. Before long, the Essence Maesters had been assembled. They began practicing to erect a barrier that would enclose all of Eternia. But they had little time to practice. Anxious dread began to permeate Eternia as the meteor loomed ever larger over the nation. There's 2. Okay. I forgot that many cutscenes were going to play in succession.
And so it
But,
begins.
you know.
Commence barrier deployment.
Yes, Your Majesty. Alert the Essence Maesters at each pillar to begin deploying the barrier.
I guess I could have saved it to the campfire, but, you know, whatever. And we did, but we're so far past it now that, like, it's gonna... Good job.
Did it work?
I cannot say for certain, but it seems to have protected us.
No.
What's wrong, Donna?
There's more than one.
What?
It's not over yet. The next wave is inbound. What?
Tell the Essence Maesters to maintain the barrier.
Yes, Your Majesty.
Well, 20 minutes our time, but like a few days have passed. They spread the word, they were gathering supplies, they got all the Essence Maesters here. Like, time passed in that little blue chat bubble. Sometimes the powers that be just really want your city burnt to the ground. And send one warning meteor and then 30 more other meteors.
Can it withstand another impact?
Donna! Where are you going?
I don't want to die.
To keep it standing for as long as possible.
More of that.
I'm coming with you. Let's make haste to the aerial corridor.
Thank you. Please stay here, Sarai.
Very well. Be careful, you two.
The Chief Guard is helping up north.
We will save here and continue this tomorrow. This is a point of no return. Creating a new save file is recommended. Yep, cool. Thank you for the heads up. I mean, we're committed to this. I'm not super worried about, like, oh, I missed a thing. So, like, I'm okay with it, but it never hurts to know. So, yeah. We're definitely, probably, likely going to finish this tomorrow. If we finish early, I have no idea what I'm going to do. If we don't finish, we'll finish it sometime soon. But Sunday is set, Monday is set. Sunday is definitely Great Ace. Sunday is Great Ace, Monday is Alan Wake 2. Yeah, exactly. We've made this much progress. We also got ourselves a monster, a quote, a disco.
Okay.
And,
Wow.
I don't have that one. Oh, that's on... Falling? Damn it. Oh.
I'm falling!
Yeah, I was about to say. It was 50-50 on that one. Either way, it works for meteors hitting something.
less evil, and I've become even more powerful.
It's good every time. It's good every time. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. Obviously, big honking extra shoutouts to Birdie for dropping the 77-month Tier 3 resubscription. And everyone here hanging out, enjoying some Ys. And yeah, that's what we got. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for watching. This has been Viper Survival Land. I'm really hungry, so I'm going to get some food, and I'll see you all next time.